同在。那现场直播我们很开心，有你现在在线上，所以你也可以的话，你可以把这个连结赶快分享给你的朋友，然后也记得订阅我们的频道，因为你的分享就是传扬我们的福音啊，传扬神的福音，阿们。所以无论我们在哪里，2、3个人在一起，神的灵就在我们中间。那我们也要为我们的疫情祷告，然后也迫切的希望我们早一点面对面的见面，然后一起相聚。让我们现在可以静下心来，我们为了等一下的敬拜来祷告。亲爱的上帝，我们谢谢你，谢谢你的灵就在我们这里，谢谢你就在我们中间，我们可以感受到你正在摸我们。感谢你聆听到我们的声音，也感谢你知道我们所有的焦虑，所有需要你帮助我们的地方，帮助我们更进步的地方，以及帮助我们突破很多还未解决的事情。谢谢你，神啊！那我们在这里，我们可以走到你面前，把这些都交托给你。感谢你，主耶稣，也请你眷顾我们台湾，眷顾我们每一个人的身体，都可以很有力量、很健康，所以我们才有力量为你发光，继续为你而唱，继续赞美你。奉主耶稣基督的名，阿们。感谢主耶稣哦，我们来谢谢主耶稣。我是很好吗？
献上我的一切，我的心属于你，深切渴望深入你，保护我身上一片全心，只有为你心甘情愿。给我吧，我爱着我，为了柔情，为了自由，忘记陶醉在爱中，我要爱你长久，给予我销魂的爱，你有我入怀，绝不再放手。耶稣，此刻我甜蜜的爱人，我们的爱情时间是永恒，为你倾醉，深入你的身心，内心激动，永远不弃心爱你。Pick me up and carry me, kiss me soft and set me free, thrill me, fill me with your love. I love you long and tenderly, ecstasies of love with thee. Hold me to your heart, never let me go. 陪我伴，我爱着我，为柔情，为多自由，忘记陶醉在爱中，我要爱你长久，给予我销魂的爱，你有我入怀，绝不再放手，你有我入怀，绝不再放手。
谢谢神的爱，神的爱永远不放手。你要记得，你要紧紧抓住它，紧紧抓住跟随神的脚步。你爱如此坚定，是我坦然无惧，耶稣换回我生命。你爱奋不顾身，生命为我牺牲，换回我珍贵身份。让我心底有指望，这恩使我不再惧怕，这恩的恩典让我不活在过往。让我心底有指望，这恩使我不再惧怕，这恩的恩典让我不活在过往。你爱我超越所有一切，无法形容。耶稣的找到喜悦，你恩典成为我的道路，在永恒中，紧紧跟随你的脚步。你爱
稣得着的喜悦，你恩典成为我的道路，在永恒中紧紧跟随你的脚步，
让我心里有指望，这使我不再惧怕，很的恩典让我不会再过往，让我心里有指望，这恩使我不再惧怕，很的恩典让我不会再过往。你爱我超越所有一切，无法形容。耶稣得着的喜悦，你恩典成为我的道路，在永恒中紧紧跟随你的脚步，紧紧跟随你。
哈利路亚，谢谢耶稣，谢谢耶稣。亲爱的天父，我们现在聚在一起，因为我们渴望你，我们爱你，你是我们所有的一切，耶稣。你给我们希望，你给我们你的爱，我们现在紧紧的抓住你。我们现在一起每一位举你的双手，跟我一起赞美我们的神。哈利路亚！我们爱你，耶稣，你是我们的一切，耶稣。亲爱的主耶稣，今天祝福我们的课程，我们的每一个事情，把你的圣灵充满我们，所以我们可以纯心的爱你，纯心的听你的话。我们需要你，耶稣，你是我们的一切。奉耶稣的名祷告。阿门，哈利路亚，谢谢耶稣，
谢谢耶稣，欢迎掌声。谢谢也在镜头前面唱歌的赞美的你。好，在课程开始前，我有总共大概5点的公告事项想要告诉你，想要跟你分享。那除了线上课程，现在线上课程外，孩子们的主日学课程已经 po 在 NFF 的大群组里面了，所以我们非常欢迎家长还有小朋友们可以一起享受课程的时光，然后更谢谢 Wendy 还有 Joe 老师的用心。第二点，好消息是千万不要错过我们下周日5月24是 NFF 的10周年庆。10周年庆啊，有特别的惊喜等着你，让我们一起来庆祝我们 NFF 大家庭的生日，好吗？来，第3点，我们提醒大家，线上的奉献方式非常的简单。那这个连结，因为它是一个表单，可能需要你填入你的资讯，所以我们需要你可以到我们的 NFF 群组里面，记事本有我们的账号，这些资讯详细的资讯都在这个里面。那同样的，你也可以到 FB 的 Facebook 的活动里面，还有甚至我们待会 YouTube 线上聊天室里面，我们都会提供你线上奉献的连结。所以记得，我们需要你的心，我们也需要你为上帝、为这个教会，一起出一份心力。然后，精彩的课程后面还有小组讨论，也同样非常欢迎你们的参与。所以课程结束后，希望你们不要离开，然后也别忘了要请背诵、复习章节，一起加油。最后面也要一起练习聆听上帝的声音，所以可以先准备好你记录的方式。再来呢，我要悄悄的欢迎我们的小温迪，我们的 Wendy， 来，他有话要说。
Hello， 嗨，大家都还在你的镜头前面吗？记得帮我们按赞、订阅、分享 ，OK？ 还在吗？记得我们上礼拜的课程呢，我们第3个有奖征答是在我们的 Facebook 我们的粉丝专页下面留什么章节还记得吗？上礼拜箴言几章几节？31章10节，来预备备，来，才德的妇人谁得着呢？她的价值胜过珍珠。知道谁中奖了吗？噔噔噔噔，我们要 恭喜我的同窗好友，从国中到现在超过20年的好姐妹 Tower。Tower， 你得到精美小奖品，我知道你会很喜欢它的。谢谢耶稣，我会专程送到你家门口的 ，OK？ 限时专送 ，OK？ 谢谢大家。
恭喜 Tower。那准备要进入我们的课程，我们今天的课程叫做学习更深入的沟通，会由我们 Danny 讲师来为你分享给你。我们欢迎 Danny。Thank
you. That was really exciting, Susan and Wendy. Wow, isn't it exciting, you guys? Hi, IFF family, we love you.
Hello, 大家好，真高兴看到大家。
Today's a beautiful day.
今天是个美好的一天，真的感恩。
Thank you, Jesus. So, yeah, we're having another class today. It's called Deepening Our Communication.
今天一个特别的课程讲到学习更深入的沟通。
And it's another issue in this month's topic, which is Jesus is the Lord of our house, right?
这是5月份系列主题，有关耶稣是一家之主的一个课程。
Thank you, Lord. In the first week of this series, we had one called Let Jesus Be Your Matchmaker.
记得吗？在第一课程我们提前在4月底上了，可是也是主题是一样的，家庭耶稣是一家之主。你们讲到让耶稣做你的媒人。
Okay, and actually, I'm going to interrupt this program for a very important announcement. Actually.
对，要做一个很重要的一个公布。
Hey everybody, how would you like to have NFF on target here at the NFF next week? What do you think about that?
你们觉得怎么样？如果我们下周开始就在 NFF 实际面对面聚会怎么样啊？
Because we're going to do that, we're going to open it up, and we're going to still be careful.
但是还是要小心。
We're going to do all the disinfecting.
对，我们继续会消毒，全场消毒很重要。
And keep our distance.
还要保持我们社交距离。
Take our temperatures.
我们一定会量体温，戴口罩。
But thank God we can get together now.
但是很感恩，我们已经开始在一起了哈。
And it's going to be really especially appropriate because it's our 10-year anniversary, as Susan just mentioned.
而且很奇妙这个时间，因为有的教会已经陆陆续续开始，我们真的很感恩，刚好是10周年庆祝，刚好我们可以就在一起才开始。
And also, if any of you still feel a little bit like you're not sure, you don't have a peace about joining the group for any reason, please get us online. We're still there. We love you and we support you. We need you, okay?
对，万一你觉得还是没有信心，觉得还要保持更安全的话，还是一样，请你欢迎来我们线上直播可以看我们一起庆祝10周年庆。
Okay, and then also for this class today, we're going to have a special 3 questions that we're going to ask you.
还有呢，有很特别，有3个问题要问你哦，有奖征答，不要错过了。
And we have a gift. It's right here. It's called Mackey's Chocolate from Scotland.
这是苏格兰的特别的巧克力，这叫做 Mackey's， 非常有名的哦。
We have 3 nice, beautiful pieces for you. So
3种不同的口味，非常好吃。
dark chocolate, we got milk chocolate, we have mint. Okay?
对，有薄荷巧克力，有生巧克力，还有呢就是牛奶巧克力，都是超好吃的。
And it's really nice.
不一样口味的，不要错过。希望你们能够得奖。哇，我都很想。
Okay.
还有，我谢谢大家为我父亲的祷告，跟大家有机会看到哈，我父亲他现在情况哈比较稳定多了哈，他已经不像以前那么咳这么样，吸入性的肺炎已经有很大的改进。谢谢大家祷告。
God bless Sunny because the last week she's actually gone to live with her father and to add what to the situation and really take the pressure off the people there.
跟我妹妹一起分担那个重担，她压力到有点快要崩溃。
And anyway, it's really been a help, and he's been relaxing, eating more, so it's been good.
对，他现在比较好，可以吃多一点点哈，真的继续替他祷告，食欲大开，然后情绪可以更稳定哈，这很重要。谢谢。
Hallelujah. Okay, so back to the class here. We're talking about the classes we had. One was Let Jesus Be Your Matchmaker, which is basically about putting Jesus first in our relationships, right?
我们刚刚提到，我们在第一个这个系列第一个课程讲到说，让耶稣做你的媒人里面，对。
The next class was from Joan Rejoice called Building Your Family's Altar of Worship.
对，下面的课程是 Joe 跟 Rejoice 他们 分享了建立家庭的祭坛哈，非常棒。
Emphasizing the importance of passing on our faith to our kids. Amen?
怎么样把我们的信仰传给我们的下一代，非常重
Or
要。
even couples, just getting in unity and worshiping together.
对，其实夫妻之间也是能够因为借着这个家庭祭坛，能够更加在灵性上团结合一哈。
Then we had a Mother's Day message from dear Wendy and Yolanda.
对啊，然后上周很棒的那个母亲节特辑哈，是Wendy 和 Yolanda。
They both shared some wonderful, very precious lessons about being mothers.
他们分享一些非常宝贵的一些为母之道。
And Timothy shared a very sweet appreciation for his wife, Abby.
Timothy 他分享特别感恩他太太阿比的一些事情，非常甜美啊，我们听得很窝心哦。
And Julian also shared about how his mother made such a deep impression in his life, and she's just great. And I was really touched.
对 ，Julian 他也分享他母亲对他来说的生命有很大的影响力，真的很感动，很感动。
So today we want to discuss some different life lessons, tips, how we can deepen our communications, right? With friends, family members, and even our significant others.
对，我们今天会特别要讨论一些生活的课程，还有一些提示。我们了解如何呢，在彼此之间有更深入的沟通，不但是在夫妻之间，甚至说你说另一半啊，或者是朋友之间啊，或者家庭的家人之间，都可以有更好的沟通。
Remember, this is for anyone. This is for you and your friends. This is you and your family members.
是，就是这个题目是关于每一个人每一种关系都可以用得上，非常重要的。
And we were also hoping to give this message to a wider range and spectrum of folks because in doing a survey.
对，因为我们也希望能够借由这个课程呢，因为我们做了一些小小的那个就是survey。调查，对。
We found out that of the normal attendees, the regular attendees in joining our fellowship, our congregation, about 40% of them who have a partner, have a Christian partner.
对，我们知道，我们这个调查之后，我们来安泰会聚会的弟兄姐妹里面，凡是已经结婚的，或是有身边有在交往的另一半的。40%是基督徒，他们夫妻之间。
But the other 60%, they are not necessarily.
60%呢，不见得是信徒，或者是不是真的认识主。
And they're, of course, they love the Lord and they're praying for their other half.
当然，我们都在为我们的另一半祷告啊。
So we want to make the beginning of this message generally just be for anyone, including those people.
对，不管你有没有信主，你的另一半有没有信主。这个课程都是可以用得上的 ，OK？
All right. So the first thing we want to talk about is something called our memory verse.
OK， 我们先重点说明我们今天这个课程的背诵章节。好。
It's encourage and build up one another.
好，我们一起来读帖撒罗尼迦前书5章11节来，你们该彼此劝慰，互相建立。哇。
So that's a good reason to communicate.
对，很重要，这样子才。沟通就是能够彼此劝慰啊，互相建立。
Okay. Sometimes we find out because of the background or culture or family upbringing, how the parents interact or whatnot. Sometimes it can be very difficult for some partners to communicate deeply.
有时候因为他们文化的关系，还有家庭背景，你本身的教养啊，你的父母啊，所以你觉得很难。跟你的朋友或者伴侣，或者是重要的那一位，好了，做深入的沟通，觉得很困难。
I had a friend who confided in me and told me that her partner or his partner was someone when she or he when they tried to ask them, well, what are you feeling or what's bothering you or what's going on?
对。
And
但你说他就是好，我就直接翻译好了。遇到一个朋友想要跟他了解，他就分享，他就跟我分享说他的那一半心里有事情，总觉得心事重重的哈。他想问他说怎么啦？什么事情让你不开心呢？你要不要分享一下呢？
And then that person's reaction is like, why do I need to tell you?
但是对方的反应是说，我为什么必要告诉你啊？
It's like, it's not important.
这不重要，不需要，没有必要告诉你。
Okay. So that's how some of us are, right? Some people are that way.
对，有的人的个性就是这样子，觉得不想，有点想不想麻烦对方，不想这样。
Maybe you know somebody who's like that, who find it hard, or maybe you are one of them. Maybe you have a hard time expressing what's going on
也许
inside.
你认识一些人，或者家人是这样子，或者自己本人是这样的个性，对不对？很可能，对。
Because maybe they're, like we said, their original family culture, they modeled it that way, or
对他们本来他们的原生家庭啊，他们的背景是这样子，
or they're just shy.
或者他们就是比较害羞一点啊。
Some people have confided in someone else, and then later that person betrayed them by telling somebody else.
对，可能他跟别人讲他的心里的话，可他结果后来背叛，告诉别人啊，就是后果，在背后讲了闲话，这个伤害到对方。
So these things all happen, right?
对，这种事情都可能发生，包括他就是使得他不想要做深入的沟通。
How many of you have had a cavity that you had to go take care of at the dentist?
你们有没有去看过牙医的？有蛀牙的问题有没有？有吗？对，他们都有，我们每个机会都有，开始填的东西，对，都有。
Well, you know, it's been, it's like, it can be a little bit like that when someone doesn't open up about what they are experiencing inside.
对，这个有点可以做一个小小的像类似的比喻，就像人内心有些不舒服的事情、痛苦的事情，就像那个蛀牙一样，对不对？
Why? Well, because sometimes if someone has bad feelings in their heart,
心里有不很难受的感觉呢，
or maybe a little bit of resentment about you or somebody,
内心觉得很怨恨你啊，或者是怨恨某人啊，这种感觉。
those feelings tend to get suppressed.
一般来都是压抑下去，都不想说要有涵养嘛，对不对？
Or pretend that they're not even there.
我假装说根本就没有存在这样子，
Or it's not important.
或者不重要，没关系，我这种感觉没事啊，就这样把它推开来这样子。
Well, just imagine if you have like a pretty bad cavity and you just say like,
没事。
"没事."
就像说如果你有蛀牙很痛，他说哦没事，你不去管它。
And you can just go along the next day and every day hurts more and more.
每天那个牙齿越来越痛。
Because but when you go to the dentist, he has to dig in there and he has to go deep into the tooth and get all of the decayed mass out.
对，可是去看牙医的时候，他会怎么样做？他会钻，对不对？他有特别的那个，我不敢讲穿孔接哦，那个牙那个特别，你知道就帮你钻。
Something that everybody hates.
对，每天都不喜欢，啊，好痛哦！有去看过牙医的人可以感受吗？哈，对。
It's not nice.
真的很不舒服。
And then finally he cleans it out and he puts in filling, right?
对，他把它弄干净了，而且钻的比那个蛀牙更深，要钻干净，然后才能填，才能补牙，填东西进去。
Well, anyway, if we don't take care of our cavities, they ain't gonna get better, okay?
对，可是如果我们不去治疗我们的蛀牙，会不会好？不可能变好，对，好不了。
So it's like that. That's what these feelings that are suppressed, sometimes they're bad. If we keep them in, it can really hurt us.
对，如果我们一直都是压抑在心里面的话，会伤害自己，会伤害，或者对方你爱的人，他一直压抑，他会伤害到他的。
You know what happens when we suppress things? Sooner or later, what's going to happen?
对，你知道吗？如果你压抑你的感觉的话，迟早会怎么样？什么事情会发生？
Usually explosion.
到时候有时候爆发了，也很可能。对，有。我知道
So
我有这样的经验，我自己本身，然后记得吗？我们今天提到我们刚开始结婚时候那段时间，对，就是后来我爆发了，更感谢主有牧羊的人帮我们处理调解，然后他们也双方都跟我们做很好的怎么讲咨询啊，
Oh, yes.
这样对，那个真的是没有想到。
Yeah, I mean, we both had our.
我还想我很有涵养的人，可是爆发了。
She
所以真
explained.
的是因为压抑太久，你知道吗？真的，所以每个人都有这方面的经验，真的是。
Right. So.
谢谢耶稣。
Yeah, that's what we
我的
needed.
蛀牙医好了。
Yeah, I needed the same thing many times in my life. I needed somebody to help, to listen to what I'm thinking, what am I feeling.
对。
Any
我的生命中也是很多需要别人聆听我啊，知道我的感受是怎么样。
Any psychologist or psychiatrist is a practitioner.
对。
He'll tell you that if they want people to get better from inside, their inner healing, they listen to them.
对，就像说很多的心理学家或者心理治疗师，他们都知道很重要性，就要聆听，希望那个病患呢，他愿意讲出来他心中的事情。
Same idea as a dentist, they're extracting the hurts.
对呀，就像牙医一样，他把那个痛的地方拔出来，这样子。
Okay, so even as a Christian, we are supposed to be spreading the gospel, right?
对，我们身为基督徒，我们是应该传扬耶稣的福音，对吗？
But actually, as you know, in our training, we say almost the most important thing we can do is listen to the person.
对，我们提到说，怎么样能为那个我们想传福音的人做到最重要的事情之一呢？就是要聆听对方。
Many times in my experience, I remember listening to somebody and they could talk for a long time. They talk.
有时候听我这个好朋友，他想要跟我倾诉他心声的时候，一直讲了很久哦，会讲很久的。
And then in the end, I said, so what about your problem? And he says, oh, it's okay, I don't have it anymore.
对，讲完之后觉得你的问题怎么样呢？他说哦，好像没什么问题嘞。有时候他一边讲，他就好像自己就想开一点哦，真的有。
And then the person is often interested at that point. They're very open and receptive to hearing about God or Jesus and receiving the Lord in their heart.
对，那时候他的心也打开来了，他也很愿意听你要告诉他是什么事情，或者甚至耶稣上帝对他的爱和关怀，他可以愿意接受。
So this is encouraging any of you who are the type that tend to hold things in, okay?
对，特别是如果你这个性是比较倾向于比较压抑性的，心里有事情比较不会说出来。
Also, what if you have a friend or family member who's generally unwilling to communicate what's inside of them?
万一你家里面有的家人，他们是不愿意打开他们内心的，不愿意讲心事的人，这怎么办呢？
It's like, well, there's a verse in the Bible.
这里圣经上有一个很好的圣经章节，我们刚刚讲的哈，他们是无法或不愿意表达个人的感情。
It says the purpose in a man's heart is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out, like drawing water from a well, you know?
在箴言里面，箴言第20章第5节，我们来读好吗？来，人心怀藏谋略，好像深水，唯明哲人才能洗引出来。对，要把它洗引出来，就像去井要打水一样。你们去有没有打过水？我小时候，我们还是一个井哦，我们在后院，我哥哥要去用那个水桶，嘣，去把那个水拿出来，真的是要吸出来，把它拿出来。
So maybe if your partner or your friend or your family member is this type that's hard to get it out.
对，如果说你的家人或者你的另一半，他是这样子的个性的人，很难讲出他心里的事情的话呢
Pray how you can encourage him or her.
对，为他祷告，为自己祷告，怎么样能够帮助他能够愿意分享他的
Maybe
事
it's
情？
timing.
需要看时间，
Maybe when they're in the right mood.
他的情绪还不错的时候，或者
Maybe when you're having fun.
或者你们在一起在玩的时候啊，来比较轻松的时候，可以这样。
Back to another issue that I was thinking about and I thought more and more about. I thought it was really important. Do you know anybody who has a hard time to say, I'm sorry?
对不起。还有一个主题就是讲到说，你会不会觉得你有困难，就很难对别人说认错，说我对不起这样子。
Do you have anybody? Do you know anybody like that?
你认识有这样的人吗？我举手了。
Or is it hard for you?
是不是对你很难讲呢？很难讲就说对不起的这个。
Okay. Or how about this? Saying thank you.
或者说谢谢，会不会很难对别人说谢谢？
To show appreciation.
来向对方表示你的感恩激。
Do you know people who are that way?
你有没有发现有的人是这样子个性的？他也许心里很高兴，可是他就讲不出来说谢谢，送他个礼物啊，或者为他做些事情啊，他就这样哈，但是不会表达说哦谢谢你。
It's like the joke where the wife tells the husband after 45 years of marriage, "How come you never say I'm beautiful?"
对，就像一对夫妻他们结婚了45年，太太就对先生说：“哎，你怎么没跟我说你很美呀？你怎么跟我这样讲？”
And he said, "I already told you when we got married.
他说：“我不是结婚的时候已经告诉你了吗？你很美。”
If anything changes, I'll let you know.
如果事情改变的话，我会告诉你的。你懂这个笑话吗？就是结婚之后就跟他说：“哦，太太你好美哦。”讲过45年前，45年后你不用再讲，你讲过了，不是吗
Anyway, just a little tip there. If you're a guy and you don't say your wife is pretty or beautiful or attractive, they need to hear it every day.
对，就是给你们凡是这边做老公的，或者是什么夫妻或者有在交往，要对你的女友的那一半说：“嘿，你好美哦，别忘喽。”他需要肯定，每天的肯定哦。
Okay, back to this sorry or thank you aspect, okay?
我们现在讲的是对跟说感谢和对不起这方面的事情。
I've recently been studying the book of Leviticus.
我最近在读旧约里面叫利未记。
And I realized that on the left you say there's grain and fellowship offerings.
对他们讲的素祭还有素祭跟那个
联礼吗？
对对对，不是一下子忘记
It's okay.
赎愆祭，对不起，赎愆祭。
Okay, that's called grain and fellowship offerings. And what you do is you bring to the priest either part of the grain of part of your income,
反正东西就献给祭
or a
司，
lamb,
或者是羊
and you dedicate it to
对
God.
对，你会把就是表示感谢给上，这是给上帝的。
Okay, and then
他有收成嘛，对不对？他就把谷物还有
yeah, also the harvest, the feast of the harvest,
谢谢
the first fruits. You bring the first fruits. You know,
对
it's
初
thanking.
熟的那个果子。
It's an aspect of thanking. Now here, this is Moses and God teaching his people from the very beginning the
对
importance of saying thank you.
对，这是摩西要遵照神的嘱咐，要告诉他的以色列人要怎么样跟神说谢谢、感谢。
And if,
就是谢谢要表示出来。
yeah, and not only saying it.
不只说嘴巴说而已。
I was looking at the value of animals like lambs, sheep, goats, da da da.
对，讲到要献上羊或者是瞻仰供养，
At today's
绵
market,
羊都有
one lamb is like 3,000 NT.
对，一只羊的话是3000台币吗？
So if you're going to, or more, depending on how heavy they are.
看那个羊大小的。
So if you're going to go say thank you, you also have to bring 3,000 NT along and buy a lamb and have it. You know, that's what this is what
对，
we're
就
talking
是这
about.
样，对不对？你要花3000块去买一只羊献给他。
The other side on the right,
右边呢，
burnt offerings, purification
燔
offerings,
祭
and
还有
restitution
赎罪
offerings.
祭，对，赎罪祭，对对对。
That's where God is teaching His people to say, "I'm sorry."
对他要洁净的礼，你看洁净祭，你看右边说，我真的很抱歉，很抱歉，因为他们犯罪了，或者冒犯了神冒犯了人之类的。
So, I mean, Paul taught us that we don't have to do these animal sacrifices anymore, okay?
甚至当然，保罗说我们不需要做这些有关把动物献给神这样的祭祀。
But the point is, he said that it's a teacher, a school teacher, to teach us that we should do these things. We should show appreciation. We should say thank you.
对，也等于是说，这个旧约里面的一些实际上的展示和这些礼仪仪式，是在一个教导我们，就像课本一样，教导我们的重点原则就是我们应该说感谢，还有说对不起。对。
And not only say it, but there's a price tag to it as well.
对，不但只是说而已，而是要去用行为表现出来。
And pay money.
对，要付。那这边是要付出代价，要付钱的。
Yes. For example, when Aaron, it was the first time they had the Feast of Atonement, when he had to get anointed himself as the high priest, he had to get a lamb and a cow and a goat, and it cost for him $50,000 NT dollars. I mean, in today's rate.
对，当亚伦第四他被恩膏，他成为大祭司的时候呢，他要献上一只羔羊，还有一只山羊，还有一只母牛，这样，这相当于5万块台币这样子价格。
And he was a servant. He was working.
他是为主服务，他是个仆人，对不对？
He was doing service for God.
他为神服侍。
He didn't say, God, I'm doing service for you. Why do I have to pay for the animals? I thought they're supposed to give it to me. I'm the priest.
对，我真的为你服务了，神，那我为什么还要再给这些呢？不是别人应该给我的吗？
It just shows it was for everybody.
对，是每个人都要给。
But anyway, the point is
重点
that
是说
God was teaching His people to show thanks.
Amen. 上帝在教我们要表示谢意
And also to show I'm sorry
也要表示说我们的歉意，谢意也需要，歉意也需要。
with a price.
对，但是要表现出来，要付出代价。也许
And that's also true with us, with
我
people.
们也是一样，这个原则是一样的。我们对彼此之间 感谢和道歉都要说出来、做出来，
Yeah.
要表现出来。
Thank you as well as I'm sorry. Okay, those are very important points. I just thought if you don't have that in your DNA because of your upbringing or because of your culture, but remember, in God's culture, it's very important.
对，如果说你本身家庭背景的教养没有这样子的哈，不讲我不来这一套的哈，不讲上帝他的天国文化里面，他有教导我们要感谢，还要表达歉意。
One more thing is that the whole idea is, oh, I don't need to say what I feel, or I don't need to ask you what you feel because I can read your body language.
也许说啊，我不需要讲啊，我看得出来，我们很了解的对方的，你的肢体语言我就知道啦。
You know, I'm pretty good at that. I know what you mean by your actions. I can read it.
对，我可以从你的肢体语言就看得出来你在想什么了哈。
Actually, that's true in many ways.
在某方面来讲是真的。
I found that in the Eastern culture that a lot more is communicated by, not by words.
对，发现在一些东方文化里面，有的并不是用语言来表达的。
And you know, people understand what you're saying and what you're
对，
feeling.
他们了解
In
你。
most cases, okay?
对。
So
在
give
这
you
情况
that.
下，但是呢，
But the thing is, why guess if there's something important?
如果是很重要的事情，不要去猜，要猜，可能猜错了。
Even Jesus said, he said in Luke 6:45, he said, good people have good things saved in their hearts. That's why they say good things, because from the abundance of their heart, the mouth speaks.
在路加福音6章45节讲到说，好人的心中呢是存着好东西，他们为什么就会讲出好话来？因为心里所充满的啊，口里就说出来了。这样。
Oh, that too fast. Okay, get ready for the first question.
OK， 要准备好第一个问题了吗？哎，大家还在这里哦。
First question, you ready? Guess what it's going to be?
对，要在 YouTube 哦，准备好了。
Can I turn on?
第一个，这样 OK。
Say 对不起 or 我错了 or else I'm sorry / I was wrong.
赶快留言哦，在 YouTube 上留言说对不起，我错了，或者说 I'm sorry, I was wrong， 赶快。
Okay,
哎，我们现在帮你记喽，加油加油！
and if you get the right number or whatever it is, you're going to get a piece of chocolate, okay?
哇，很棒哦，好吃的巧克力等着你了。对，
Okay, next.
很棒。
Another aspect I thought was funny, or not funny, but it harms, it's an obstacle to having deeper communication is when we play a role.
对，另外一个有关更深入沟通的一个障碍，就是你在表演扮演一个角色啊，扮演一个角色。
We talked a little bit about that at our class before, but
以前我们在课程里提过类似的。
when you meet somebody at the beginning, of course you're playing a role, you're trying to look your best, da da da.
当然，你刚交往的时候，你第一次见面，当然要表现得很好啊，这是很自然的啦。
It's a problem if you keep doing that for like 3 years, you know what I'm
一
saying?
下子在扮演这个角色，是扮演3年吗？
It's better to, we said it's better to communicate, know what the other person likes, what is their culture, remember what their values are, so you know whether that person is good for you, etc. Right?
对，我们刚谈到耶稣做你的媒人的时候，提到说你要了解对方的背景、文化、他们的价值观，这都很重要，需要深入沟通的。
However, when I was first dating Sunny,
我第一次跟我约会的时候呢，
and here we were into the first couple of years of our marriage,
而
okay?
且结婚以后呢，已经结婚1-2年了哈。
And I had this image of myself. I was supposed to be the spiritual elder
他
in
觉得他
our
是灵
couple.
性上的长老，他是一个领袖啊。
I was the missionary coming from another country, and I had to show that I was spiritual to her.
对，因为我从另外一个国家来的，我是传道人，应该让他表现出我非常的属灵哈。
I couldn't show myself that I was weak.
我不能向他显示说我是软弱的，
I couldn't put her on my level. I had to be above her.
我的这个水准要比他高才行，不能比他低的。
But the problem was,
但是呢，问题在哪里呢？
I wasn't projecting who I was.
我并没有表现出来是我自己，我是在表现出另外一个人，
Yeah, I was acting.
就在做表演嘛。
It came at a certain breaking point, probably the point you were talking about too, when she suddenly had a thing. I had a breaking point. We had a breaking point together,
其实
actually.
这种他这样觉得自己，因为自己是属灵的长老或者什么之类的，反而造成我们之间很难，就是他因为他觉得他在之上，那我总觉得在下面。有没有让我更尊敬他？其实并没有，让我反而觉得被压抑，觉得很不满，所以才是一直压抑。可是我在容忍，我觉得应该基督徒的妇女应该有这种容忍的这个美德啊。可是包容，就是到最后就爆发了。 那时候刚好还好，没有人已经注意到我们的状况，不是很快乐。他们在一起不是很快乐，结婚的时候很开心，可是。
Right. That's pretty much what it was
对
like.
对，很明显
We
的。
were just pretending that, okay, I'm putting up with you, putting up with you, putting up with you,
对，我
and
们就
I'm
讲
putting up with you, and I'm putting up with you,
，OK，
and it was just getting worse.
越来越糟糕。
Okay. So at this breaking point, I finally just felt like, oh my God, I'm just gonna have to be honest with her and tell her what I'm thinking, what I'm having a trial about. Probably it was about something about my power or my, spiritual authority or something I was super freaked out about and worried about.
因为很担心他的在灵性上是要有这种权威性的，他觉得他应该是老大才对，应该是领导。
It's called an authority issue, basically.
变成造成他很担心了，变得很担心，就有一种心里其实很多的一些试炼。
But anyway, to my surprise, when I told her about this,
但是奇妙就是当他告诉我之后呢，
she was very understanding.
就是用 Danny 分享，他说太太觉得蛮能够了解的，
Sympathetic,
而且很同情，
offering support,
为他呢支持他，
prayer,
而且为他祷告，
and it was like, wow,
就是令他非常吃惊
that
啊！
was great, that was awesome.
哇，很棒哎！结果并不如想象的是这么的，哇，他会大大失望，会对你觉得看不起你。
So that was the end of my acting career with Sunny.
结束了我的这么多年的这个表演生涯，就此结束了。
You know, sometimes with us men, particularly, this is just a little
特别是
tipsy
对男
here
性
for
来
us
说，
guys.
男性来说特别想，
We feel like we have to be the strong one.
我们觉得我们必须是那个强壮那个，弱者是女人呢，弱者是女人不是吗？
Yeah, I mean, aren't we supposed to be the ones to protect here?
我们不是应该做保护者的吗？
And we can't show that we're weak.
我们不能够表现出我们是软弱的。
But what about
但是呢，
if striving to be more authentic, to be honest with others about our weak areas, was actually more a show of strength?
但是我们再看另外一个方面来看，如果你呢能够做得更真实、更诚实以待的话，跟别人谈论自己的这个弱点，是不是实际上是更是一种力量的展示呢？对不对？
What if it actually takes more guts and
需要更
courage?
多勇敢呢，讲出来，你愿意让别人看出你是软弱的。
Like the guy in the left, that's me in my acting career, and then this is hopefully what I became later. No.
左边是Danny在表演生涯的时候，他是哇，其实有没有就只是变成 superficial 这个关系是比较肤浅的。右边就是他愿意展示自己的软弱。
And that's why the girl liked it so much, because he's telling them what a mess
对，
it
所以
is.
那女生听得很好，听得很仔细，很愿意听，对不对？因为她觉得她是真实的，不是在假装的，真的。
So humility is a strength,
所以其实谦卑本身是一个强点，不是一个弱点。
especially in our Christian faith.
特别是我们信耶稣的人。
The Bible says that God resists proud people, but He gives grace to humble people.
对，因为圣经上告诉我们，上帝他阻挡骄傲的人，他赐恩给谦卑的人。
So what's the point here?
所以重点在哪里呢？
It's to be willing to show ourselves weak to each other, express how we really feel.
对，愿意呢向对方表示说，我自己是软弱的。
And it can be humiliating, really humiliating.
但是这蛮丢脸的，对不对？
But it can also be liberating and
可
strengthening.
是呢，真的让人觉得那个释放自己，哇，觉得自由了啊。
Okay, question number 2.
自己，哇，哎，第二个问题来了，大家准备好了吗？
倾斜要 Oh, you didn't check my Chinese.
对，
要勇敢，
对，要勇敢，
表达自己的软弱。
对，表达自己的软弱，把它表现出
弱
来
点
，it's OK，弱点，嘿。
Be brave, show yourself weak.
That's right， 表达自己是软弱的哈。
Okay, that's for the second. Oh, we didn't even get the first one.
第一个答案出来了吗？还没有，还在回答。
Really? For number 1.
哇
Okay, Stephen, you got a chocolate again. Congratulations.
哇，第一个不错，你又得了巧克力了，喜欢对不对？开心开心。
Everybody here is screaming and jumping around in turn. No, not really. Good for you.
Good for you， 巧克力吃哇更嗨了，对不对？哇，很好，祝福你，祝福你。
Okay,
哦，
so
这个第二个问题赶快写，要勇敢表达自己的弱点，
there you
表
go.
达出来。
Be brave, show yourself weak.
对，把自己的弱点、自己的软弱让对方看得出来，
Okay,
不要再扮演一个角色了哈。
the last point that I wanted to share about as a roadblock to deeper communication is something called over-familiarity.
但另外一个也是很难，就是成为一个障碍，让我们不能够做深入的沟通，就是太过于熟悉了。
Okay.
太熟悉。
I was having a discussion with some friends, and we were talking about how our children or grandchildren,
对。
when they're at home, they sometimes can be really naughty and very familiar with us.
对，我们刚刚谈的就是讲跟朋友在谈我们的孩子或者我们的孙子们，他们有时候很顽皮，在家里非常顽皮。
I mean, we teach them be polite at the table, or sit straight,
教他们餐桌礼仪啊，要坐直啦，
or be respectful to elders.
对长辈要礼貌啊，要尊重啊，要尊
And
敬。
then, but when they're home, sometimes they just let it all go to the wind, and they're just disrespectful, and they're like.
在家里面就是非常的想做什么，有时候就是一直要纠正了哈，真的辛苦。
And then the parents are worried. Oh my God! When they go to school, they're gonna act like this. Oh my God! People are gonna say I'm such a bad parent.
对他们想，去上学怎么得了呢？老师看着那些孩子们，哇，他们怎么教养啊？父母是怎么教养的？变这样的小孩子们。
Right? But actually, what actually happens in most cases is
在
that
大部分的情况下呢，实际上是怎么样
the
呢？
kids go to school and they're good.
他们在学校表现非常的好。
One of my granddaughters, can be really challenging and not so nice, but she came back with the 示范什么？
模范生，
模范生，
对，在家里面，
class.
这个孙女其实她在家里有时候是会比较叛逆啊，比较顽皮的，结果是模范生哦，哇，很大的一个奖状，真的是。
So, right? So that's called being familiar, because when you're with somebody you're with a lot, you can tend to let down your guard and just
对，因为太熟悉，有时候就反而就不会说这么警惕啊，就是比如想要对方就尊重对方。
But the problem is, sometimes we can be impolite to our partner or our friend.
对我们的朋友或者对太熟的我们的内伴或者伴侣会没有礼貌，这是真的。
Sometimes when we're upset, we can be mean.
对，有时候我们如果不高兴的话，就很凶起来了。对，
Right?
也是帮助我们呀，真的。
Ouch.
对自己父母永远会凶，对不对？或者儿女啊，或者是。
So, for example, often once we're together with someone or we know our friend for a long time, we feel the freedom to tell them, hey, I think what you're wearing looks a little bit off.
对，比如说我们今天认识一段时间了，你穿的衣服可能有点问题，不是很好啊。
Or did you know that when we were having a meal, you were kind of slobbering or whatever?
对，你吃饭的时候声音有点大哦，这样子之类的哈。
And stuff. And then what's our reaction?
那我们的反应是什么样？
What's to you?
那
What's it to you?
对，这跟你有什么相干呢？哇，讲的不是蛮凶的哈。
Right? Or it can be, oh, thank you for telling me. Oh, yeah, you're right.
这谢谢你告诉我，这样很好，感恩。
Right? We can choose.
对，我们可以选择啦，真的。凡事谦虚、温柔、忍耐嘛，对，真的，刚好跟我最近有做我妹家，她有些生活习惯跟我是不太一样的。像她特别中意跟我讲，你插头的时候啊，要全部插进去哦。这样，我想插进去就插进去了，对不对？只要有电就好啊。她说一定要全部插进去，这样子好像是什么，可能会造成火灾，特别是延长线什么之类。但她这种尝试可能是真的，也是她学到的。我当然是好的，谢谢。我就这样子，耶稣已经事先告诉我凡事要谦虚温柔嘛，所以我说还有什么其他大事小事，请你多多指教，跟他讲的。
So she's talking about her little sister telling her to make sure you plug in the extension cord all the way in, because if you leave it halfway, it could possibly cause a fire. It's not safe. And Sunny's going like.
你们有没有这样的经验？
It's like I have a micromanager here.
对，这是个人的习惯不一样的，就真没有想到这个。不过谢谢他告诉我，也在考验我就当下就接受，谢谢。
Okay. Another problem, or sometimes when we try to correct somebody, says, "Can't you just let me be myself?"
你干嘛要改我啊？这没有改变我就做自己不是很好吗？你是要改变我。
Why do I have to change?
为什么要改变？
Actually, That
也许你该改变。
this coincides with the thing about saying sorry. I forgot to mention this. Remember those of us who don't know how to say sorry?
记得吗？这些人不太会说对不起的人哈。
No? Well, you know what? It's only when we say sorry that we are willing to change.
只有当你说愿意说对不起的时候，你才会改变。悔改嘛，你要先悔才能。
Yeah, in the Bible, there's a lot about 悔改. What is that?
对，
Repenting. There's a lot about repentance.
对，你要真的要知道自己错了才会改。对，你是觉得自己还不错的话，你就不会想要改。对。
So if we have a habit of, I'm never going to say sorry.
不要说对不起啊，这不是我的错。
Then, are we going to ever change?
那会不会改变呢？不可能吧。
Not so much. I mean, especially from hearing from somebody else. So, the point is that, you know, if we're going to grow spiritually, if we refuse to apologize, if we refuse to say I'm sorry for things to God or even other people,
如果拒绝、不愿意去说对不起，不管是对人也好，对神也好，
we could be stunting our growth.
我们可能结果我们自己的灵性成长都变成停止了，不能够成长了。
So that's a little bit on that one.
对这个
On remembering to say sorry.
要记得要说对不起哈，真的很有趣，真的是。
And even listening to our partner's critique.
聆听我们对方，就是我们伴侣和朋友，他们对我们一些批评，要去听，愿意听。
Because the Bible teaches us, it says it's wise to get correction.
对，圣经上告诉我们，其实聆听对方讲的这些建议的话是非常好，是聪明的，是聪明人。
Get all the advice and instruction you can so you'll be wise the rest of your life.
哇，在箴言19章20节讲得很好，你要听劝教，受训诲，使你终究有智慧。所以听劝教，别人劝你要受训诲的话，是有智慧的人哦，一辈子有智慧哦。
Okay, I'm going to talk one little bit more about when your partner is a Christian.
对，我们谈一谈有关，如果说你的那一半是基督徒的话
Or your friend or whatever, you know. In my case with Sunny, when she sometimes reminds me some things like I have an idea that I've been thinking about for a while and I think that God is leading me. And then she goes, oh, did you pray about it?
对，有时候带着他想一些好主意，他觉得很开心，或者他就会跟我分享，哎，怎么样？你觉得怎么样？怎么样？啊，我就会跟他说，哎，你有机会祷告一下呢。
And I'm like, of course I prayed about it. What do you think I am? You know?
当然我有祷告，你想我怎么就随便乱讲的吗
I don't say it, but I think it. I mean, no, sometimes I say it.
是嘴巴会讲，这边。
But it's an example of being, you know, not very open to, you know, correction or so. It's very natural not to. But if I keep being that way with her, and whenever she says, "Oh, should we pray or should we read the Bible?" and I say, "Can you just stop it, please?" she will stop it.
对，如果你是排斥、拒绝这样，对方这样做，他也知道，我就不会说了，就不再跟他讲，不问。
So the point is, if you want to grow, even just as a person,
就是所以你要成长，只是你个人想要成长的话
listen to the critiques of your mate. They can see things better than you can.
对，你听你的那一半或者你的好朋友，他对你的一些批评，他是很爱你，他出发点是爱心。
They love you,
他要
probably.
帮助你。
I hope.
对。
I hope your partner loves you.
我希望你的那一半是爱你的，我相信是的。
I believe they do. And it's like they're our partner, our friends could be like our mirror before you go out. You look in the mirror, right? How do I look? Oh my God, I wore my shirt inside out, right?
对，也许说你的那一半就像是说，你的镜子一样，你出去的时候不是会照镜子啊？你看你衣服穿，说不定穿反了也不一定哦。照镜子看起来还不错，你的孩子、你的朋友就像一面明镜一样。
Okay, the next one was. Be brave, show yourself weak. The winner is Peggy!
Peggy! 得到奖品了，哇，太好了
Love you!
我们爱你
Hey, we hope to see you here next week, Peggy. We're opening up. I don't know if you got that.
对，下一周可以来
If you guys are, well,
希望看到你。
love you.
真的爱你们，真的爱你们，很开心哇！恭喜恭喜！哇！
Anyway, I think any of those of you who have long-term friends or partners or something, you know what we're talking about.
对，我刚刚谈了，你了解嘛哈？真的有点排斥对方的批评， 觉得对方干嘛挑我挑。
The antidotes we have don't have enough time because the time is already up, so I'm just going to read them. One is love.
所以我们现在要分享一下更深入沟通障碍的一些解药哈，我们就提一下重点。
He who does not love his brother whom he has seen cannot love God whom he has not seen.
第一个重点是爱，我们一起来读好吗？在约翰一书4章20节，不爱他所看见的弟兄，就不能爱没有看见的神，真的很重要。
So if you don't love the person you are with and see, even though they have problems, even though you have fights, if you can't love them, then you're not really loving God.
对，如果说你的朋友、你的爱人、你的那一半，他有问题的时候，你不去想要聆听他，想要把他吸引出来他的心事的话，你并不真的爱他。
Okay, the second one is respect.
另外一个呢，就讲到是尊重，很尊重对方的反应。
Submitting to one another out of reverence for Christ. Right?
来，一起来读以弗所书5章21节，又当存敬畏基督的心，彼此顺服。哎，对，很重要，尊重对方。如果他反应不是很好，因为他必须受不了你了，你要尊重，要听他讲，确认你有些不满的事情，要尊重对方去听，这很重要。
And then the final example that I gave is called humility.
第三个是讲到谦卑。
You know, that's what I had to learn. I still have to learn it. Mostly, I have to learn humility.
你在学习谦卑，因为真的这辈子在学习。
It says right there, James 5:16, confess your faults one to another. Okay, that's like saying I'm sorry.
对，我们来读雅各书5章16节。所以你们要彼此认罪，互相代求，使你们可以得医治。
So that's a key that can help us to be on the same level with our friends, our partners. And be willing to be humbled and say, I was wrong. Can you pray for me?
对，彼此是平等的哈，愿意乐意、甘心情愿的来分享。对不起，我是错了，请你原谅我。
If you can have this kind of relationship with your friends, with your brother or sister, with your significant other, it is going to strengthen you and them so much.
对，如果你跟你的弟兄姐妹、你的家人或者人的重要那一半，能够有这样子好的沟通的话，你知道吗？这里对你们非常非常的帮助很大。
Because it says,
建造更美好的关系。
bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ.
对，圣经上告诉我们，加拉太书提到说，我们应该怎么？我们重担应该彼此分担嘛，这样就成全了基督的律法。
Anyway, there's two more points we didn't hit. One is called deeper communication leads to unified couples and stronger teams.
对，还有两个点我们还没有机会提，就是说，更深入的沟通可以导致团结一心的夫妻还有伴侣关系，成为更强大的团队。Yes.
With 3 tips.
有3个秘诀哈。
And then for couples with children.
还有提到说，凡是有孩子的那些夫妻，
some tips what to do, like pray regularly for each child.
And you want to share the 3 tips?
For the other one? Yeah. We're way over time.
Okay, 好。
But anyway, those are the 3 things. It's called love.
对，所以刚刚提到那个3大点，那个解药是爱，还有呢？尊重，对，还有谦卑。记得爱、尊重、谦卑，真的非常重要。
Okay, this is the last question. Those are the 3 words you got to write.
要写下来。
Love, respect, humility. Okay?
好，写爱、尊重、谦卑，在 YouTube 上连言，赶快写哦，我们这边巧克力等着你。
Love you. So I'm going to end on a prayer here.
还想说，请你们喜欢哪个口味的？也许你们我会跟你讲的时候会问一下哈，看你喜欢你的口味。
Okay. So let's say a prayer. So thank you, dear Jesus. Okay, you're
所以
probably
请
all.
大家那个重点还没读到的，我们
Everybody's still
讲义上可以看。
still typing on their phones.
好，赶快写爱、尊重还有谦卑，希望能够重点。好啊，好，读出来了。
Okay, the points that we said is to pray together daily for deeper communication with couples.
更深入的沟通导致团结一心的夫妻伴侣关系，还有更强的团队，有3个很好的一个秘诀哈。第一呢，就是呢，每天一起祷告。
Second one, ask for prayer from each other when we feel weak.
当我们感到软弱的时候呢，请求彼此代祷啊。
Okay. Third one is keep each other updated on lessons you learn from your devotional times.
对，我们互相分享从灵修啊或阅读话语中学到的功课，彼此分享功课非常好。
This will strengthen you because you'll be on the same spiritual plane.
因为这样子很棒，你们灵性上都能够在同一个管道和一个。
And you will not be in 2 different worlds.
不会说生活在2个不同的世界里面哦。
You will be together and united in much different ways, many ways.
对很多方面，就是因为你们一起祷告的关系，刚刚讲第一嘛，一起祷告，一起分享，非常棒。这样
And
讲
then
话
for couples with children,
那有小孩的夫妻呢？
pray together regularly for each child.
有一个固定的时间，一起为每个孩子祷告。
Take time regularly to discuss each child and what they need in their life.
固定抽出时间来讨论每个孩子和他的生活需要。
Maybe they need more fun.
也许他们需要更多玩乐的时间。
You know, maybe they need personal time.
需要个人的时间。
You know.
对，这方面很重要，孩子要去讨论。
Or maybe they need more playtime. You know.
需要一起去玩啊，一些放松的时间。
Whatever it is, God will show you.
对，跟他们沟通，不要只是管教老师来沟通，跟他们一起玩，开心的。
Maintain open lines of communication with your kids.
跟你的孩子保持这种沟通是开放的沟通管道，他们不怕跟你讲话。
Mainly, a tip for doing that is just have fun together.
对，一起享受一些快乐、放轻松的时间，真的很棒，很重要。
And talk to them like a friend.
就像朋友一样，跟他们聊天啊。
And then the point is when they are having difficulties in their lives, they will tell you.
对，因为到时候他们真的生命中有些问题的时候，他们会告诉你的。
Okay, so let's pray.
好，那我们来做祷告。
Thank you, Jesus.
好。
Okay, so dear Jesus, we thank you for these points that we pray they're a blessing.
主啊，感谢我们可以分享这些很好的功课，希望这些重点都能够成为大家的祝福。
Help us to be able to apply them in our lives.
主求你帮助我们能运用在我们的生命当中。
To continue to grow.
去继续这样的成长。
And challenge ourselves.
而且挑战自己。
And be desperate to apologize more.
对，愿意勇敢的能够愿意去抱歉，说抱歉。
To you.
对你。
And others.
也对他人也是一样，说对不起。
And have a deeper communication in our families.
在我们家人之间有更深入的沟通。
And with each other.
彼此之间有更深入的沟通。
In Jesus' name.
奉耶稣的名祷告祈求，阿门。
Love you.
爱你。
Thank you. Bye bye.
Hey.
Oh, sorry. Wait. Don't turn it off.
不要关哦，还不要关，等一下。
Next winner is 小平。
小平，你呢？你的好。
恭喜。Tell us if you want mint or milk chocolate or
你可以注明啊，你喜欢吃
70% dark chocolate.
你喜欢吃生巧克力，
All three of you.
还是牛奶巧克力，还是喜欢吃那个薄荷巧克力，好不好？写一下你的喜欢的，我们可以寄给你。
Love you.
我们爱你。
See you guys.